All right, all right, guys. Here, I'm gonna let you guys see. I'm gonna show you guys what's happening with the EGR tube gasket that I've shown you guys on the previous video. That um, has been moved over to the side, like halfway, so it's blocking the EGR tube hose uh, that goes into the throttle body. So the gasket is like blocking the patches, like I say. Is blocking the hole, and this is all from the street mechanic, the idiots street mechanics that did to my car engine, guys. uh I know they're the one who did it, because I remember I did not install the EGR system or nor the EGR tube by myself, so I did not do that. Now I just remember that. I remember that they did the whole job. They install the hose and all that. So anyway, back to, let me show you guys how this works and what I need, what I was doing the whole time trying to figure it out. Um, uh, I finally got to look where the EGR tube gasket was. See this side over here, guys? See, this is the hardest thing, like the idiot street mechanic left behind my car's engine rebuild. This is what they do to me, guys. This is what they did to me. Um, they hide that, so it will be hard for me to fix or even notice the issue where it's coming from, and it's causing me from damaging my car transmission and or engine at this point. So because of that rattling noise, and I feel some breakage when the breakdowns, so this could cause the breakdown and breaking all my engine components inside my engine internal. So this is very, this is ridiculous, guys, how the idiot street mechanic did to my car engine, did to me. All right, so if you guys don't notice that, you guys will lose a lot of money, and you're gonna get ripped off, because they just want your money. Okay, they they don't want to help you. They want you to come back so they can fix and get your money. And I'm here, and I figured out, and I found the issue, I found the problem, and I'm gonna fix this. And I'm gonna, I'm always straighten up. I'm always be real with it. So I will only tell the truth, and and I'll I'll show you guys how to fix it. Okay, first things first. What you need is, I want you to look at this. It's gonna be a short videos, okay? It won't be long. Um, See now, I pinpoint where the gasket. That's the hard thing about it. It's right in the middle, right here, underneath the hood, and it's right behind it. It's so hard to work on, guys. If you don't have any mechanic experience or anything like that, or holding a wrench or whatever, and don't know which side to use, um, you're gonna have a big problem. You're gonna have to go to tow it to a shop. If I mean, I'm so lucky that I find out that it was the EGR gasket, the EGR tube gasket that's fell over halfway. Let me let me put the lights down here so you can see it. You see that? I don't know if you guys can see. I should have put it on my phone on flash, but see that? It's like halfway, guys. If you can, I don't know if you can see, but it's halfway over to the right. Okay, it's halfway over to the right, and that means it'll block at least half of the patches hole. Like the gasket is like, because the gasket is so little, the gasket is about a little bit bigger than the size of my thumbs here, and the way it's falling off is weird, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that, but anyway, I should have put it in flash, but you get the idea. You see how that gasket is off over this side more than that side? Yeah, I just push it out a little bit more, but you can't push any further. If I push any further, because right now I push further this side, it'll hit the sensor right there. You see that? There's a little gap. It's just a little gap right there. So really the gasket cannot move anywhere back and forth. See, if I push it over here, it'll hit the sensor over here. And if I push it over there, it'll hit that groove. It'll hit that small groove right there. So that this gasket is not moving anywhere further. Okay? The only way it'll go is just a little bit outward. And that's enough to block the hole, the patches. See that hole patches right there? The patches of the tube. You see those holes? I don't know if you can see it. If you guys can see it, let me push this tube out a little bit, see if you guys can see it. See that? See that? Yeah, you see that hole? You see that hole? You see that flange right there? That brackets? And there's a tube hole. So the bracket is always stuck with the tube hole, okay? And you see that hole you see that hole, the tube hole? Yeah. That hole's the gasket's supposed to be covered around that hole, not halfway like that, or even worse. It was worse, guys. It was like, to me, the gasket falls off and it's blocking the whole hole, okay? The whole patches of the hole. It's like that, okay? And the hole is like that. It's like the gasket is just blocking right in the middle of the hole. And that's why my car was surging, having a hard time crank up every time. And I swear, guy, I was cranking my car up like crazy, like maybe more than 20 times, guys, trying to crank up the starter, trying to hit it, do all kind of ways just to crank it up. And I think I cranked like more than 20 times at least. And I was testing my starter, and starter is just trying to start, but it won't turn or start, and that could cause my engine to break in, like that could cause my internal engine, damage my internal engine, like my transmission and all. So at this point, I don't know what's breaking in there, but at least I know this is the first problem that I should fix. So let me show you guys how I take off the bolts, okay? This this is this is These are all the tools that I use to take out the bolt, because the bolts around the tube is not easy, guys. There's like 8mm bolts. It's small, 8mm bolt. And let me show you guys how many bolts they have, okay? How many bolts it have. Uh, okay, so I'm only deal with the tube, okay? With the EGR tube only. I'm not gonna take out my EGR right there. I'm just gonna deal with the bolts and the tube around the bolts. The bolts around the tube, okay? So there's actually two bolts right there, starting from this tube over here by the EGR. One bolt's up here. That's an 8mm bolt, and there's another one below that. I don't think you guys can see it. Yeah, but it's two bolts right there that I was trying to take out first, but I thought about it. Why would I take out this end over here when I just need to fix this end over here of the gasket? So what I did was, so up here at the EGR tube up here, there's one bolt right there. That's the 8mm bolt, and there's another one down there. I don't think you guys can see it, but down there, if you guys can see it, there's a hole where the bolts will bolt down there, because the gasket has two holes to bolt in for the bolt, okay? One for the top and one hole for the bottom, okay? And then there's a big hole in the middle for the EGR tube holes, okay? So I had to take an 8mm wrench or extension and all that to losing these two bolts, okay? What I did first was, the smart thing I would do, if you guys would do the same thing, is um, see, I use the mirror tool. You don't have to if you're good enough to do this, but you don't have to. But it's better to have a mirror to see it, okay? Just like that, okay? And you'll see it better like that while you're working on it. But I didn't need to, because I'm good. I'm good like that, guys. I'm good with groove, okay? So I have small hand too. you know, Asian. All right. So anyway, I've been told a lot about that. So there's two bolts, one on the top and one on the bottom. Okay. What's wrong with my camera here? I think I'm toward the sun. That's why. That's the one. There's another bolt down there. Okay, so that makes it two. Now I took that one down there already. I took that one bolt down there already. That's how I can move the tube. So the gasket, I can move the gasket, and I had the gasket in place before this, but I was just trying to move the gasket over there so I can make a video so you guys can see how off it was. Okay, so now I can simply just push the gasket back, you know, even it up and then bolt it on. So here's the bolt on the bottom. I took it out. Okay, I know I didn't do this job before, because if I did, I would have put some Loctite or whatever, a little bit of Loctite. I mean, that's how I do my work, but it's not necessary to do that. Okay, and the darn idiot's mechanic told me it's not necessary, so I was like, yeah, that's right, it's not necessary. So and they don't want to do that either. They don't want to do any more work for me. But if it were me, I'll put some block thread on it. Okay, a little bit. That's how I do it. Anyway, I took it off, and this is what all I use. Okay, you're gonna have to play around, mess around, and see how you're gonna do. But how I took off the bottom bolts is not easy, guys. I didn't use this. This ain't working. This not working. Okay. I had to use this 1/4 extension, wrenches extension, the curvy one, the one you can move around, okay, and have an 8mm socket on it, okay, because it's going in here, right? Yeah, it's going in here, and it's so narrow that I can go in here with the wrench. Okay, I had to connect the wrench in it so I can take out this 8mm bolts. Okay, guys, down there. That's how I took it off. All right, enough about that. And that's enough to push the tube out so I can fix the gasket back in place. Okay, now I don't want to take all this out because too much work, and I mean, I guess it's easier so you guys can see it, but I didn't do it because I didn't have so much time. I had to upload videos too. So anyway, back to all I was saying. So you might need to go up because of my height. I need to use this. Use this so I can stand a little bit taller so I can work up here. You see now the gasket, it won't move any further left or right because of the groove. Let me show you got the groove over the other side. So I couldn't even take it out or show you guys on this side because it will stop at that groove right there. The gasket, it will stop at the groove on the left side over here. Okay, so there's no way this gasket is coming off or, you know, going any further than that besides fixing it, making it straight up. So what I'm gonna do is straighten it up and then bolt it up. And when I push the gasket over this side, I see the gasket is kind of torn. The gasket is dirty, like because of me pushing, and it's torn on this side because of, I guess, you know, it's been driving, and you know, it wasn't installed correctly. I think that's why the gasket was torn a little bit and it was dirty. So I'm gonna fix it up, straighten it up, and before I don't have to so I didn't have to take out the whole tube. Okay, that's just a waste of time. I'm not gonna take out the whole tube. I'm just gonna unbolt this side and then fix the gasket. So I'm not gonna unbolt the other side nor the EGR. Okay, I'm going to, if I fix this gasket and I start it and it won't start, then I'm gonna have to take out the EGR and clean the whole system later on after that, if that's necessary. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. That's what I'm gonna do next, and that's how I will take out the bolts and fix the EGR tube gasket and install my batteries back on and the air intake and see if it start up again. And I hope that will be it. Um, I hope um, these air hose right here, I don't have to replace it yet, because like this one is kind of wiggling, but I don't think that's a big deal. The big thing was, the big problem issue was that right there, the EGR tube gasket was falling off, was not in place. Okay, all right guys, that's it for now. Stay tuned for my updates on the next video. I see you on the next one.